Hello, it's Saturday, March 21st, 2026, and this is Darren with an update to Mike's HO layout in the western suburbs of Chicago. If you've been kind of following what we've been up to the last couple of, well, quite frankly, the last year, this part of the layout, this visit didn't get a lot of attention. There was a cut-in of a turnout here and some change, some track over in this area, and the addition where you can see the pins of some track. So we can really start tying in the new section of the layout, which we introduced last month. This is going to be a combination of a staging yard, which will be the 4 tracks on the right-hand side, and they'll correspond with, as they traverse around the layout, there's a staging area underneath here that also has 4 tracks. And so that allows us the opportunity to run trains east to west, etc., for the operation. So this trip really was the design of this side, and one of the things we focused on was getting a small engine terminal over here that would allow for kind of a shops area and fuel rack and so on. And then, of course, there'll be an industry that will bring in the fuel for the locomotives. The backdrop pieces are there just to give us kind of an idea of how it's going to feel when the two sides are absolutely separated. So we did add this little piece down the center. This will be the actual height of the backdrop, which is just a hair under 14 inches. But so the yard itself is designed, so again, you have the 4 tracks of staging here, and then there's an arrival departure track, which is this outside track, and then there's at least 2 or 3 other tracks that are for longer cuts of cars. And then we decided to try adding some smaller tracks, because one of the things that yard operators will always tell you is that they never have enough tracks to put cars. And so instead of just providing 5 long tracks, we decided to try the idea of having several smaller tracks that hold at least 4 50-foot cars, probably 5 40-foot cars. And then there's the this track here is quite a bit longer, and then this one here is longer also. So it gives the yard operators an opportunity to sort of use their yard to its best capacity, depending on if they're setting up trains for just some very small local industry work, or if they're setting up a local, or if they're setting up, some mainline trains. And then on the opposite side of the backdrop, this is going to be an area that's going to be really more of an intense operating area where a person can work by themselves. And by intense, I don't necessarily mean hard work, but it's not where the rest of the layout sort of has industries, kind of onesie twosies around. This is really more of just an industrial area that one person could sit and work, either by themselves, or if, Mike decided he want to come down here on some Thursday afternoon and run trains, this will give him some place he can really focus on doing some switching. So that's really the update to where we are right now. The bus lines have been run underneath for the power, and the circuit breakers are in place. And so next visit will be to finish track on this side, possibly do some design on this side. We haven't really settled on that yet. And then, of course, do some wiring from the track down to the bus lines. The layout is broken up into 3 separate districts that are, at this moment, only powered by 1 booster, 5-amp booster, which probably be more than enough, but I have arranged for this particular part of the railroad, the staging tracks, and the industrial on one side to be tied into 1 breaker, the yard into a separate breaker, and then, of course, because we have a Y, there is a reversing section, and that also has its own breaker. So ultimately, if we had to, we could add a booster that could maybe tie in these 2 sections if we needed. It just depends on how many locomotives will be in staging and how they'll fire up when we turn on the layout. I'm not sure if we'll end up with 2-unit consists or 3-unit consists, but regardless, we're prepared for expansion if necessary. So that's the update for now. Hit subscribe if you haven't done it already, and look forward to seeing everyone at the next location, which isn't very far away, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Thanks a lot.